Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Music Den. I am your host, Armando Venditti, and in this episode, I'm going to be doing a CD review of an album I received in October of 2022. It is the latest album from Arena, UK neo-prog band. This is the latest album. Long title. Theory of Molecular Inheritance is the name of the album. Released on Verglass Music. Was released September 22nd of 2022. This band has had many incarnations. In this version of the band, at this point is Damien Wilson on vocals, Clive Nolan on keyboards and backing vocals, John Mitchell on guitars, Mike Pointer on drums, and Kylan Amos on bass. They formed in 1995, and again, they've been through many incarnations. This follows their previous album from 2018 called Double Vision. And this album, in short, is fantastic. It's a lengthy album, an hour and 2 minutes, if you think that's lengthy. I personally don't think so, but what are you going to do? This album is, in terms of comparing it to another band, I really don't know who you would compare it to. I think maybe the closest would be Genesis, and that's stretching it in terms of their Genesis in regards to their Peter Gabriel era, with albums like Foxtrot from '72. The songs are layered and textured in composition, complex in performing and production. The drumming on this is stellar, just unbelievable. John Mitchell's guitar work on this is out of this world. He's there's a lot of bottom end guitar, like a lot of rhythm guitar parts. So it's almost, I call it guttural, sort of very low end, but very powerful. And Damien Wilson's vocals on this, he sings in a high, I'd say medium to high register. So I'm just going to go like this, sorry, medium to high register. And he does a phenomenal job, like multi-tracking his vocals and doing the harmonies and the background vocals on the tracks. The tracks average in length of around 6 minutes plus. The shortest track is a track called Confessions, which clocks in at 2 minutes and change. This is not an album, in my opinion, to just have it on and as background noise. This is an album here. Again, this is an album that you need to listen to and really get into the the nuts and bolts of the compositions and of the music overall. It's not a concept album per se. Like, the songs are not segued together. They're not interlinked. But the tracks, the music, sorry, does tell a story. The vocals, the lyrics tell a story, and the vocals are very powerful. It's basically about someone, man or woman, doesn't matter, who has come to a point in their life where they've possibly thought, or they have thought, sorry, what have they done with their life? Have they done all they could have done? How can they change things that they want to change? How can they make amends to people they may have wronged? How can they reconnect with lost friends, family? Is there a purpose to all that we do in this life? Can there be a time when you can reconcile yourself with the fact that you can't change the past, but you need to move on with the future. And will that, and once you realize that you can't change what you've done, is that enough for you? Will you be satisfied with that? So it's very layered, and it's very dense in its lyrical content. You know, it's I guess you can call it thinking man's music, but that's I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word for it. It's not an easy listen. You'd have to listen to it at least maybe, I don't know, however many times before you. The music you can grasp. It's very accessible. It's not so far out there that you can't sort of people are going to hate me for saying this. It's not a Tales of Topographic Oceans from Yes. It's not that layered and dense and complex and lengthy. There are no lengthier tracks over 6 minutes on this album. I believe, I know that their last album, Double Visions, had their last track was over 20 minutes. So there's no compositions like that on this album. As much as it is layered and as much as it is complex, it is very accessible. So all the tracks here are fantastic. There's not one dud in the bunch. There's one track called Part of You, which is track 10, which is beautiful. Confessions is another beautiful track. Again, that only clocks in around 2 minutes plus. So there is something for everyone to like on this album. If you like Arena's previous work, you're going to like this just as much, if not more. So hopefully you'll pick this up and give it a listen. You can stream it now on YouTube. You can either get the listen to the track separate, or you can there's a file on YouTube where you can listen to it in its entirety. It's only an hour and 2 minutes. You know, I picked this up on Amazon. You can get this from Discogs for around $30 or more. There are various versions. There's a double disc version where you have the full album on disc 1, and you have 7 acoustic tracks from the album, acoustic versions, on disc 2. There's also, I believe there's a vinyl version. I paid for mine, I paid $35. So it's not overly expensive. And for the longest time, I couldn't find this album on Amazon. So they finally got it for me to pick it up. So yeah, please take a listen and let me know down below in the comments what you think of it. And yeah, that's it for now. Might be doing another one of these later today. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a great day. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you. And so for right now, that's all. And please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.